Boy Rich, and I'm introducing y'all to my brand new 2018, new to me, Hobie Mirage Outback kayak. This is a 12.5 foot kayak. I just picked it up and it actually became fully loaded. So not only did we get the kayak, he also gave me a roll around. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take you on a quick tour real quick of everything I got with this kayak, and hopefully it helps you out on your future purchase. Number one, when you buy a kayak, make sure you get it from somebody that you trust, okay? All right, you guys, I'm telling you right now, if you guys buy a kayak, I hope you guys get this great experience that I'm getting right now. This guy's name is C. He goes by C, and he took care of me, you guys. I'm talking about, look at, he took me out to the river. I'll show you everything that he gave me with the boat. I'm just madly impressed with this rig. Number two, if you do get your kayak used, make sure you get the paperwork with it. Ask if they have a title. If they do not have a title, make sure they get an MSO, the manufacturer's statement of origin. That proves that the kayak was made from whatever manufacturer, shipped to a dealer, and then sold to you. It will have the whole number. If you do not have that, I do not recommend you buy a used kayak. If they do not have the paperwork, don't buy it, because you might get a lot of used kayaks with an electric motor. Let me clear that up, okay? Let me clear that up. Do not buy a used kayak if you plan to put a motor on it, as a torpedo, a trolling motor, if you plan on going sailing with it. If you buy a used kayak, make sure you have the paperwork if you're going to sail it, or if you're going to put any type of electric motor, and definitely a gas motor. Also, another tip here for you. Try and get as much stuff as you can, whether you buy it new or used. If you get it used, try and get everything. Try and get a life jacket, because you're definitely going to need that. Ask a lot of questions. Don't be afraid to ask a lot of questions. Ask as many questions as you can. As you guys will see, the owner of this kayak actually took me out on the water, let me try it out. I highly recommend you do that as well. Oh yeah. Definitely see if you can test drive it. That would be definitely the best way. Sit in it, and like I said, ask a lot of questions. Ask the owner. If you're getting one used, is there any problems or anything you should know about? We'll go through a couple things on mine, that are broken, or not even say broken, just minor problems. You guys will see. Be aware that kayak fishing is way different than being on a boat. Okay, I come from a boat background to a kayak background, so be prepared to understand that you're going to be doing a lot of fishing sitting and turning. So if you're not capable of turning at these certain angles, be aware it's going to be a little bit more difficult. Not impossible, but definitely a bit more difficult, because you do need to be casting a lot from the side. All right? If you have hip problems or leg problems, you might not want to get a pedal drive kayak. You might want to get something with an electronic trolling motor on the front that has spot lock and things to help you, so you don't have to pedal or have so much problem trying to position the kayak. All right, let's go ahead and go through a walkthrough. Starting up here at the bow, I do have my CF numbers on my boat. I was able to get those with the registration, so I am current, because I do have an electric motor on this thing. So the Hobie Outback does come with a nice sideways grip for you able to grab the boat. Some come straight, which makes it very difficult and straining. This boat luckily came with a already sideways grip, helps out a lot. Next thing here is you do have the front hatch assembly. This is what a lot of people don't like about this model, is the cord is kind of hard to put on. Not that big of a deal, you get used to it, it just takes a little extra probably. And then on mine it takes a little bit even more extra, because he does have the inserts. These came with the boat. As you can see right now, I have my sun hat in there, hand sanitizer, pliers, cutters, I actually move those to the side of the boat when I'm actually on the water. These just come right out. These are the liners. Probably gonna put a battery or something back there eventually. You also have this nice hole right here. A lot of people do a lot of different things, but most people will mount a GoPro stick right here. Okay. If you see these cautions and these warning labels, don't ever take those off. You should always read that, and you should know you know, what the potential risks are of using a kayak, okay? He did provide me with the insert. I just don't have it in there right now. Okay, biggest thing to know about Hobie Mirage kayaks is the fact that you have to pull these tabs in order to go forward or reverse. When you pull these tabs, these fins will actually flip the opposite direction. That way when you're activating the pedal assembly, they will just fan out back and forth in the opposite direction. Okay? To adjust the pedals is nice and easy. You can adjust them for your different leg length. Okay, this was all provided with the kayak. Next we have the Lowrance Elite. This one does have the side imaging. It's the SI. So we have side imaging, down imaging, and GPS on there. And a nice 5-inch form. Probably going to keep this and maybe put a 7 on top or below. I don't know yet. We're not going to jump the gun too far. On my kayak, you do have the 4 molded rod holders already on the Hobie Mirage Outbacks, which you guys are aware of if you've looked into one. He also additionally added a nice plier assembly, so this is where I do hold my pliers and my scissors. Also on the Hobie Mirage kayak, you do have a smaller cup holder, and then you also have a larger cup holder, you know, for maybe a tumbler or something like that. You do have these recessed channels, these grooves, where you can store a lot of your baits. As you can tell, I probably have some sitting over here. Yep, I have some baits already sitting over there. Here on the right side of the vessel, you'll see you have the torpedo assembly. This is my safety harness. I strap it to my life jacket in case you fall off. That will turn the power off to the torpedo, instantly slowing that down. You do have your forward and reverse. You also have some nice netting on the other option. You can store a lot of soft plastics here, and you can see what the maximum capacity is 400 pounds for this, and that is obviously one person, not built for two. To raise and lower the rudder, you activate these handles here. Next, I have the center hatch here. I don't know, they say it's waterless and water's not supposed to get in there, but water gets into mine. But yeah, he does have the liner included in this one as well. Nice carry-on handle. And as of right now, this is where we locate the battery for the fish finder there. I don't like that, not at all. Waste of that internal space. We are definitely going to move that. Next, we have the almighty Hobie seat. I keep mine in the completely tallest position that it can. That way I can store anything I want underneath it. Most of the times it just becomes a trash can holder. On both sides of the boat, we have the paddle holder. It's got a nice molded recessed place with bungees on both sides of the boat. This is a Hobie, so you know they thought of everything. One of my favorite portions of this here is the adjustments on the seat. You do have lumbar adjustments and actually how far it reclines back and forth. Not a lot of boats offer that. Also highly recommended Boondocks landing gear. Okay, they're pretty expensive, but they are highly worth it. Luckily mine came with it, so I don't have to buy them. Okay, but this saves you a lot of hassle, and also it's very easy to store, as you can tell. Be very careful where you get these installed, or if you install them yourself, you'll see some bad videos of things can go, well, not bad videos, but you'll see some videos of things going pretty bad with these and doing some heavy damage to the kayak. You know, anytime you're drilling into your kayak, you always got to be concerned about that. This boat did come with the H crate, Hobie H crate. What's cool about the H crate is now I don't have just the 4 rod holders. I actually have an additional another 4, so I can carry up to 8 rod holders, and you can easily attach as many rod holders to the sides, front, rear, or the other side of it. You can attach any extra rod holders that you can. What I'll be using this for mostly is going to be my soft plastic bags, my tackle bags. The torpedo battery sits in here, and pretty much when I unload everything, I can put it all into here, take it out, put everything back in, put my 2 straps on each side, and I know if this thing flips, this thing's not going nowhere. I do want to get the cover for it, but that will be in the future. Last thing, in the rear of the kayak, this is where I store my actual cooler. Okay, these 2 straps will strap into my cooler here. Pretty awesome. Now, the owner of this boat did not want to drill any unnecessary holes into this boat. So what he did is eliminate the rear hatch. The rear hatch was just an extra storage spot. You know, you could open it up pretty much and it would open. Okay. So what he went ahead and did was add longer screws and nuts to the bottom of his plate. That way he didn't get as much flex out of the Torqeedo as that first assembly did. Not a bad idea. Not overall the greatest that we've ever seen, you know, but yeah, it works. It gets the job done. And last and finally, we have the beauty of all this. Obviously, it's backwards right now. I got to turn it around to the other direction, but yeah, let me do that. Moving back onto the rear, now the Torqeedo's on the right direction. As you can tell, we actually can get full clearance turn. We don't have too much interference between the actual rudder assembly and the Torqeedo. So this is the Torqeedo 403, the lightweight. And how he manufactured this was he pretty much built a pipe, right, that extends into a 4-square piece of tubing. He drilled 2 holes in there and used these snap pliers, these snap rings, to hold everything in place. Does it work? Yes. Is it the best idea on earth? Nah, I wouldn't say so, but it gets the job done for me for now. Definitely going to be looking into other ways of mounting this Torqeedo on here, because I mean, you do get some interference if you don't lift the Torqeedo first before the rudder, or vice versa, and get pretty chaos. Quick cool thing I wanted to show you guys real quick was just how simple this table is made. He gave this to me in the package deal. All right, he threw this in. All it is 2 nice pieces of you know, like PVC tubing, drilled through the table, bolt nut, 4 bolts and 4 nuts, and the kayak slides right on, and it's perfectly level with my truck. So it slides right in and slides right out. Also, I have a nice bottom storage where I can keep most of the accessories that I do not keep in my H crate. I can keep that in the bottom of there, and when I'm ready to move things, everything's in one place. Man, all right guys, so that's what I'm bringing to you guys. That's gonna be the Hobie Outback kayak, and we're gonna bring it to you live this year, man. We're gonna be able to get out on the kayak, we're gonna be able to get out on the bass boat. We're also gonna plan on doing some offshore fishing. As you guys know, we love to get out there and get them deep, them lingcods, rockfish, halibut, whatever we can get our freaking, whatever we can get to bite. Thank you guys for watching. Keep a tight line, man, and stay tuned for more. Thank you guys. Peace.